The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 38, Nasdaq's down 5, S&P's up 13, gold contract down $11.40, trading $17.34 an ounce. You got silver off 8 cents, $15.27 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 94 cents, $17.43 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year down 1 tick, 138.31. 30-year up 1 at 181.14. And King dollar flat, 100.422. The euro's at 107. The yen is out here at 107 and a half, and the British pound is at 123 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom Brown, what's going on?
Good morning. Good Friday morning. Not much. Just watching the market. Pretty tame market so far for Friday.
No doubt. And if we take a look at this S&P, folks, what you're going to see out here yesterday, you failed to hold price inside the S&P. If we take a look at the SPY first, what you're going to see, you got all the way up to the price point of 293.94. You closed out at 279.08. You had no volume there. You had 104 million going into 146. And then if we go and we take a look at these S&Ps this morning, what you're going to see, you came right up to the downdraft of yesterday when the story came out about Gilead. And that bar there is going to be tough to take out. That bar started, folks, at 1240. And that bar was a 28... What do we get there? 28.29 to 27.86 in about a heartbeat. And this morning we got up to that 28.11 and then basically just gave it up. So I suspect it's going to be a slow day as they're selling down because I don't see any buyers up at this point. So gold contract, nothing like a Friday in the gold contract, folks.
I was just going to say, could we jump to gold? Because, man, a little bit of a sell-off in the last even half hour, yeah.
Totally. They just love this gold market, man. Gold, 1760 this morning. Now we're at 1736. They hammered it right off the 930 bar. What cracks me up about that, actually, is that, gold opens at 830, folks, okay? And it's just like, okay, they gotta. But it is what it is. This is how gold likes to trade. What the impressive thing is here, so look at this bar, man. I mean, this bar is a monster. You're talking about, we've done 103,000 contracts so far, right? And this one bar here, folks, and they just slammed gold down $16 from 1747 to 1731, has 11,000 contracts. So that's 10 over 10. That's 11% of the whole contract value in an hour. And they did it in 10 minutes. That being said, guess what? You haven't broken a swing point. So it's kind of just like how they like to trade it, man. Not someone in particular, just in general. That's how it kind of shakes out. The DAX, we go overseas. So if we go overseas right now, folks, what you're going to see is this. Asia was mixed Asia was down last night. Europe, bottom line, was mixed last night. I just don't see us going anywhere today. So this is going to be intriguing how this whole thing is basically shaken out. We're at a good level. Now the question is, okay, what are you going to do for me now?
Sure.
What are you going to do for me now? So
yeah.
Intel came out with numbers last night. Good numbers, but they sold it down. They sold it down $4 last night after the close. Right now it's only down $2. And numbers were good. Their numbers were actually better than they were supposed to be. Let me see where these numbers are here. What day is today? Okay, well, let's see what they're saying. Well, I guess gross margin was weaker in second quarter on new product build-up, but the underlying... Where is this? I got to get back.
Yeah, I mean,
there it is. Yeah,
there you go.
So revenue, the expectation was $18.08 billion. They did 18.5. Earnings per share estimate was $18.83. They did $19 and I know.
So go for it.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just kidding. That's what they're looking for in the second quarter, I think, and they crushed it in their actual first quarter too. So pretty, just see the.
Yeah, it's. and they sold it down anyway.
Right.
So
right.
if we go inside the NDX, folks, we talk about this a lot. What you're going to see here is that you get Intel down 3%, Mercado Libre down 2%, Lam Research off 1.8%, and it just seems that where these chip stocks like to go, that's where the market likes to go. So,
yeah, AMD had reacted a little bit on that news, of course, last night after the bell as well, pulling back, and I think it popped a bit along with Intel, but definitely.
Yeah, big numbers, man. And, you know, I think I would say that each day, you know, we're getting closer to really getting to understand that all is not going to be as it was before this coronavirus hit. I mean, you know, I think the reality is coming to us all every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the type of thing, I imagine, that, you know, those types of huge events are not going to take place over the next year. You know, I mean, it's just those types of events not going to happen. When you talk about events in, you know, whether it's restaurants or there's going to be social distancing in places, maybe it's going to be every other table, right? Stuff like that. It's going to be a different deal for the time being. Yeah.
And what do you do with it? You got a restaurant with every other table. You need a full house in order to make money, right?
That's what it is. A tough deal, man. Yeah. Movie theaters, you know, airplanes. I saw middle seats open on airplanes. How that's a skyrocket for the cost in terms of giving up a seat on an airline. That's the, you know, for their revenue wise, everything. It's just across the board.
I think the only place that's going to be full, folks, is that it's going to be Raymond James Stadium if they open it up, because now in Tampa we not only have Brady, you get Gronkowski. Is that, we didn't talk about that yesterday, Tommy?
No, we didn't. That's been out there for a few days. Yeah. Oh, I know.
That's
the duo coming. And they just had the draft last night, getting into just football in general. And that's the Bucks actually, they drafted. That's what I was trying to pull up. Tristan Wirfs, so he's an offensive lineman, and so they plan on protecting Brady a bit with an offensive lineman. They moved up 13 to get him in the first round, and you had the Patriots actually trading down from their first round pick, from pick like 23, I think, to picks 37 and 73, something in that regard. So they traded 1 for 2 lower last night. I'm not sure if you caught any of it. They had to do it remotely, right? So you had everybody. You had Belichick spotting up in Nantucket, man, doing the draft remotely from Nantucket. Not a bad life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jose in Orlando. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good morning, Tommies. Hey, plural, Tommies.
That's right, man. Totally.
Hey, this question is for Senior. Sorry, Junior, you have to sit there for a little bit.
Go for it.
in the big chair. Hey, Tom, I know you're not a political show, but next time Republican conservatives point to the other side and call them socialist, they're as socialist as the rest of us.
Yeah, listen, man, Bernie Sanders is going to be pulling his hair out. There's no doubt, man.
Donald Trump would cut a check for $50 trillion today if it meant saving his ego and his brand name.
Well,
and he has no problem mortgaging my kid's future.
Yeah,
none whatsoever.
No doubt. And that's why gold's going to continue higher.
Yeah. Tom, do the gold stocks pull back with this S&P pulling back?
That, if it pulls back too far, yeah, we know how that goes, man. I mean, I don't see that. I see a slow pullback in the S&P. This gold market still wants higher price, man.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Again, brother. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other tigers and tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are up 7. NASDAQ is up 5. S&Ps are up 11.5. And let's take a look at a couple of these currencies. This is almost hard to comprehend, folks, okay? We'll go to Brazil first. Now, you got to remember something. Brazil is just a monster commodity country. I mean, they have so many resources. It's amazing. Now, they have a huge problem politically because it's the country has been basically corrupt for a long period of time.
I was going to say the people who run those commodity companies seem to take a pretty big piece of the pie for themselves lately.
They have. No, the whole car wash deal. I mean, one of the most, it should have been one of the biggest oil companies in the world was Petrobras, folks, and that's where that whole scandal comes in. And then on top of that, they've basically ignored the COVID-19. You get the president running around, basically inside of crowds. But when you look at this real, this is where it's really hard to comprehend, okay? So their currency, folks, okay, right now is 5.66 real dollars to $1 US. Now, just to give you some context here, 2 years ago, it was 3 reals to $1. And if we go to 2011, it was 1.5. I mean, think about the wealth that has been lost, not inside the country, because what ends up happening is that it's just like if our dollar would go down, folks, what happens inside the country, you're buying stuff and it is meaning that the price is the price and it doesn't go up exponentially. But wealth overseas, as soon as you do something else, this is dramatic, man.
Yeah, it really is, man. That move, huge.
It's amazing. And the same with the South African rand, But this just blows my mind, man. It's like, oh my God, it's like crazy. And it really shows that, we're very lucky having the U.S. dollar in a monster way, because these currencies, they're imploding, man. I mean, there's no value in them, so. Let's go to Mike in Wyoming. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, Tom and Tommy. How are you guys this morning?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Doing pretty good. Just teleworking. Hey, I've been watching a few of these small energy stocks. Well, small today, but do you guys have a take on Chesapeake? I don't have any positions in this, but I keep watching these go up every day, and just want to see what your take is on them.
So let's see. So Chesapeake is up 33% today. So let's see what they tried to do. They adopt a poison pill after shares drop in the oil rout. I don't know what they're doing. Chesapeake Energy adopted a poison pill to stop any takeovers after the oil price crashed. The shareholder rights can be exercised if a person acquires. Look at that. That's sick. 4.89% of it. It's something else, man. There's no doubt. Natural gas itself, when we were talking about this yesterday, the bottom line, that probably, it's deviant, but it probably looks like it's off the bottom. What you do have, you're at 179 right now in natural gas, and I believe that Chesapeake is more natural gas than anything. ExxonMobil, Chevron, they've held up, man. I mean, they've got smoked forever. Now, like Exxon's trading $43, and looks like it wants to hit the 46.71. So, I mean, if you're looking at, so you're looking to get into some either oil or natural gas equities, right?
I mean, the Halliburton's Apache, Chesapeake hit my radar, and I thought, it's hard to tell who's going to stay in business, who's not, and so it just looks intriguing at these levels.
So I wouldn't get into Halliburton. What you want to make sure of that you're going to basically try to get into. It seems like the major producers, Exxon, Chevron, more than likely all these others, either they're not small in the context of how much money they're taking in, but even middle producers are going to be out of business. I wouldn't get into Halliburton because Halliburton is a production, but it's also a servicer, and there's going to be a lot less servicing because there's going to be a lot less wells. Like, it's the first time they start shutting down, folks, all the wells, the deep water wells in the Gulf of Mexico 2 days ago. Now, that's never happened.
Oh, wow.
That's never happened.
I didn't know that.
What happened in 2008 is that they backed off a bit. But if you shut down, this is going to be the first time that they're going to try to do a total shutdown. They're going to figure out, are they going to bring it back up at all? There's a couple oil executives say, hey, once you start shutting it down, you just don't turn the switch and bring it back up. So,
one thing just to add to it, I found on Chesapeake, just Googling it, I'm not sure it's a Seek and Alpha article, but they're just talking about the bond prices. Now, this is a couple days ago at the Max Payne situation where it was down at like $14, but you had most of the bonds trading at like less than 10% of par, even at 80% discount. So be careful of that one as well. That stock's just been decimated, man. And if bonds are at that type of a discount and you're only a couple days away from 10% of par, just beware on that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then you got, now this is how, I would stay, I mean, if you want to get into that, I would stay with some of the bigger names,
Yeah, I would too, right.
Okay, guys, I appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
Okay, man.
Thanks for the call.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. And something that I sent you this article, Tom. This is you talk about hypocrisy to the limit, folks. Okay, this is it. And it's Continental Resources, Harold Hamm. Bottom line is that he defaulted on a contract. So picture this. You got Continental Resources. He's been behind an effort to stop imported oil coming into the United States, saying we have so much oil. Well, what ended up happening yesterday, I believe, is that he has contracts with refineries, and he refused to deliver the oil. So the American Petroleum Institute, which is the monster, folks, for all the oil companies, their statement was this is the ultimate in hypocrisy, saying that we have too much oil, but yet the contracts that we have with Continental, he won't deliver. So it's going to be a mess. And I suspect, none of us know right now what's inside the contract, but I expect what's inside the contract is this. So picture, and I'm getting this off the gold market, folks. What happens in the gold market, say Tommy and I were in the gold business. We make a deal with Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, any of these gold banks, right? And the way it works is that, we see the fluctuation of gold every day. 1740, that goes down to 16, 1500, all of it. The way it works is that as we're getting the ore out of the ground, they average 30 days out. And as we deliver the ore to the gold bank, that's the price that we get the following month. That's how this works in these contracts. And I don't know what they are in oil, but I'm suspecting that more than likely, if in fact that's how the oil contracts are set up with the refinery, that refinery could be saying, okay, you're going to pay us $20 now. Okay. I mean, if it's an average, do you know what I'm saying? Sure. We'll find out. I suspect this is going to be it's going to be a mess. But I suspect in the next few weeks we're going to find out what's in some of these contracts, because we know that the oil's out there, right? But why wouldn't you deliver it? Well, you wouldn't deliver it because it's less expensive. And he doesn't have oil at that price.
Yeah, and when you hear about all this stuff, right? So I talked about them briefly this morning. They were on, some list of just stocks making moves this morning. And one of the articles I have up here that's Yahoo as we go to break, just talking about they're exposed, Continental's exposed to weak prices because it didn't hedge any future production, betting on economic growth. Oh. Many large shale producers used derivatives, and they did not.
That's sick.
That's there you go.
That's sick. Stay right there. Come right back, folks.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. On Thursday, April 30th, I'll be holding an all-day online seminar where I'll teach you the essentials of my trading methodology, Timing the Trade. From 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a lunch break from noon to 1, I'll be covering quality volume, ABC structures, Fibonacci confluence zones, cause and effect, swing points, and much more, all while the market is open in real time. When you sign up, I'll mail you a physical copy of my best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, an $88 value. You'll also receive a free month of my daily trading newsletter, Market Insights, a $169 value. This 6-hour online seminar will be archived if you can't attend the entire day live. My Timing the Trade webinar is taking place Thursday, April 30th, so don't wait to sign up. For all the details and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now off 23, Nasdaq's up 4, S&P's up 9.5. Let's go take a look at LABU for one of the tigers out here, Tom. So LABU, folks, is I think it's the 3 times, yeah. So it's the biotech 3 times exchange traded fund. That's of the bull position. And the Tiger's looking for an entry, and I just take your time on this, okay? You do have a high spike out here that, yeah, it wants to go to 41, but you're at 38. I'd wait for a big pullback. You know, this thing came off the lows at $12. You're at $38 in a month. And, you know, when you talk about, we put this, what you're going to see, you're coming right into ICE. Basically, ICE is set up at 41. That's where it's set up. If we put this on a weekly, what you're going to see is that let's see, so yeah, 4160 is probably going to be where it fails. Then I would just take your time and, you know, realistically, somewhere around $24, and it's at 38, okay, would be where it's at. You know, I just don't see it busting through this area. And when you got to remember something, an expansion from $12 to $38 in 5 weeks is pretty amazing, man. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, and we have a lot of them like that. Don't, you know, but what you don't, well, I mean, sometimes people like to try to buy a breakout. If it's a breakout like this one, like CCJ, so, you know, this is a different ball game. This is an ABC structure up. You know, yesterday you had a monster day. This is Cameco. This is the largest uranium company in the world. It took out a B point at 985, took it out with volume, and then, yeah, you get some action because this is like about a 4.8 to B equals C to D, which is going to get you like $13, $14. So it's pretty wild that the uranium market just took off, man. You know, CCJ has been doing nothing for a long period of time, but took off.
Yeah, there's moves everywhere, man, that defy. I mean, I think, you know, this week will go down in the history books for oil, man. Negative prices, the first time ever. I mean, the USO, we all understand a lot more about how that ETF functions in a dramatic fashion, and it's not really in a great way, to put it bluntly, right? But, man, we'll see what happens next week. A little bit of a bid, but I imagine what's going to happen as we approach the delivery of the next contract.
Right. The USO deal, folks, right, this is what it absolutely blows my mind, right? So picture this. The amount of people that are in the USO, have gotten in the USO, are still trading the USO is astronomical, folks, okay? What blows my mind about this is that people work so hard for their money and then just get in something that they just don't even know what it is. I mean, we've been in this business for a long period of time. You know, we talked about the aspect of the net asset value. Now, look at this net asset value now, Tom. This is like about as wild as you get. We were at a premium, okay, of 60 cents on Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
Now, you're at 261, and now the net asset value is 271. Well, yesterday it was below it, okay, so.
Yeah, it's below it right now, too. You're right. It's at 261. The intrinsic net asset value is 271 right now. That's.
Yeah, there you go. So, which is just a mind blower, folks. Okay, and it's sad. It's really a sad situation.
I heard you talking about it in your afternoon show, and I hadn't seen that it was now the other way. Maybe all this press denied the demand, and it swung the other way, right? Where now it's actually trading under the net asset value. So in theory, it should rise back up to that level, and we see it's already now at 262, 9 pennies away from it. But I think what I really learned, man, is that number one, and before all of this collapse took place, all of the contracts were in the front month, and you had to roll it every single month.
That's right.
And the roll took place about 2 weeks before the end of that contract. So at least it didn't get caught in the melee that took place on Monday with negative territory, but it did get caught on the June contract, trading to $6. Now they only have 80% in the front month, but there's still going to be a huge roll. So I would look at these, you know, if you want to get in for something for a very short day trade, yeah, that might function okay. But anything longer than that, man, and you expose yourself to the costs that this thing has on a rolling basis, and you see why it's just declined steadily, basically over the entirety of the ETF.
Right. And now watch this. On top of that, folks, inside their prospectus, they can change this at any time of the day.
Yeah, that's another great point. You don't even know it.
This is what really gets bizarre.
I read an article this morning that said that too. It's like if you're investing, you cannot analyze this,
right?
Because the rules are changing.
It's impossible.
Like, that's it.
It's absolutely impossible.
They can just change the rules as they've done. They said, oh, now we're going to have 80-20 split, right, between the front month and the next month. Right. What if you were short, right? There's a lot of huge players that were short that made a boatload.
Listen, that day we just said, what happened with about that day, folks, okay, oil was, went from a negative to a positive, and the USO was negative all day long. And I'm sure if someone was long saying, how does this work? I don't get this, man. Oil just went from negative 39 or 36, whatever it was, to a positive 6 the first day, and USO was still going down. It was going down because of the net asset value. So,
yeah, and it was going down because they had already rolled out of that negative 39 contract. So they were in the next contract. They were in the one expiring in June, and that contract was actually kind of reverberating the following day to negative territory, playing catch up as it. So I think they learned that pretty quickly.
Did you see Harley? Hey, look at this. You want to see my German Shepherd here? Say hi. Say hi.
Better get the live stream going on.
Say hi, Harley. Look at that.
There we go. We got Harley in action. Perfect.
Yeah, totally. Look at that. That's too funny, man. He's an awesome dog, folks. I've had 7 German Shepherds. This is my 7th German Shepherd. He's only 5 years old. No, he's really 10. No, he's 9. He's 9 now.
Yeah, it's 9 or 10 years old. Yeah. Time is crazy. Good. Man. I'll pull up the stream. I'm getting ready for some Harley action.
Oh, he had a good picture there.
Ah, there he is. I got him. That's great. He peeks his head above it. Perfect.
Oh, my God.
Hello, Harley. I miss him. I haven't seen Harley in a little while.
I know, man. Yeah. I know. We're trying to get his DNA. We need some puppies, folks. That's the bottom line. Right. So that's the next thing that we got to get done here.
Perfect.
So let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here. We'll see whether we get any volume out here today. You got the Advanced Micros down 28 cents. You got Intel down $1.40. We talked about that. Where's Beyond Meat? Beyond Meat was catching a bid out here today. There's Beyond Meat. Okay, so that's up $11. Yeah, look at this. So this would make sense that you're getting...
What a week for them, man.
Yeah.
Up 50% this week? Wow.
Right. And the story is, folks, we know that you have the story of all the... slaughterhouses that, bottom line, closing down.
It's the meat plants.
Yeah, so that's stopping the food chain inside the meat deal, and I guess they're catching a small bid.
I guess so. I mean, my mind is I always looked at Beyond as having a huge potential. I would try some of it, but it wasn't going to make me stop eating meat, so it wasn't like a replacement,
Right. Right.
Like, just because people might not have meat, yeah, that's going to be unfortunate. People are going to crave meat. I don't think they're going to soap it up by buying Beyond Meat burgers. I'm sure some capacity, but not a 50% pop in the stock this week.
Yeah, well, and it's really sad, folks. Okay, I mean, if you're out west, there's pork farmers right now that basically are not bringing, we're talking about 20, 30, 40, 5,000 head at a time. They're going to basically, put them under.
Yeah, euthanize or call them. I know. I read that article you sent me. Crazy.
It's pretty intense.
It is.
Dow's up 60, Nasdaq's up 38, S&P's up 20. We'll come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get the competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 38, Nasdaq's up 34, S&Ps are up 18. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see right under featured content next Thursday. I'm going to be doing an all-day webinar. Markets, of course, going to be open 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. We're going to go 9 to 12, take a break to 1, go from 1 to 4. And the webinar, folks, is going to be all about the art of time in the trade, the system that I use basically every single day and have been forever. We're talking quality volume, ABC structures, Fibonacci sequences, confluence, swing points, all of the above. What you get with the webinar, you're going to get my book, which is an $88 value, newsletter, which is $169, plus the webinar. It's at $395. That's the cost of the webinar. You can listen to it as many times as you want. And if you really just want to understand how price and volume do move markets, great time to check it out. Markets will be open. What we'll be doing will be going through the structures and then looking at the market simultaneously. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. We had a question, Tom, about the net asset value and the I in intraday. So this is what the difference is, folks. Let me pull this up again. So for all you folks that are watching Tiger TV,
sure.
This is a live. What happens is that I have this live. Okay, so when you're looking at this, the NAV, you can see the date. That was the NAV of the close of yesterday. $2.43. This NAV, intraday NAV, is updated every 5 minutes. That's how this works.
Intraday, perfect. That was intrinsic, even intraday.
Right.
Yeah, I knew that was the one that was like up to the second.
Right.
And as you can see, still
right.
10 pennies or so above.
And it's, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish this up.
It's just, it's important to understand, folks, the net asset value when you're trading ETFs. And I can, depending on how long you've been listening, when the doubles and the triples were coming out, I literally had a field day for about a year and a half. Because what would end up happening is that prior to the market open, what would happen is that these would always be off like 5 or 6 pennies. And that's all you really had to make if you're doing 4,000 or 5,000 shares at a time. Because they come back. They come back to the net asset value. I mean, that's just, and so intraday, they'd go off. Now, they don't go off anymore. If you're lucky if it's 2 or 3 pennies at a time. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. In fact, let's look at one of the harder ones. One of the harder ones right now, keeping net asset value, is Nugget, okay? But you can see Nugget is even only 11 cents off right now. Intraday net asset value is $68.47. We're at $68.55. Well, we just hit 45.
It just jumped back.
So
it's almost keeping up. It's just moving so quick.
It
right?
is. It's that cool. That's how it's supposed to work. That's because that's what you're buying. You're buying the underlying. You're buying the. This is trading the underlying, and so it should stay solid.
Hey, I just wanted to jump back to Beyond for a second because I was jumping in and I was saying, man, look at that volatility. Maybe it's a little time for a pullback. I wonder what they're pricing into these types of options and just jumping in. So even the May contract, right, going out, it's remarkable, man. It's a $31 implied volatility. You're looking at almost a $15 call that you would need. Now that's, about $2.30 in the money. So you're talking about almost $12 to $15 on each side you would have to pay.
Look at that.
Isn't that remarkable? But it makes sense though, right? Because that's what I was looking at. I said, man, a cheap put maybe, or even a cheap call if you think it's going to keep skyrocketing. But you look at the trend up, right? Straight up, pullback, straight up, pullback. Quite the straight run up now from $75 up to $112. But if you just want an option that expires next month, you got to get below 100 basically to just start breaking even.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. And it makes sense. I mean, that's one of the most volatile stocks. It's up 50% this week, man. Yeah, let alone the run that...
You talking about a stock. Look at this. Zoom.
Yeah, right.
ZM, folks, okay? Now, the Zoom video, that's up $10. This is going to be in the NDX 100. This is, like, insane.
It is.
Where are we here? This is... And...
Every headline I see up there is not good for the company as you're scanning, which is amusing, right? So go ahead,
and guess what? Everyone's using it. Do you know what I mean? I was on it twice. I was on it twice yesterday. 2 different webinars, folks. Okay.
I've been on it as well. Yeah. Have you paid any single pennies for the services? No, neither have I. And that's where everything is going to see interesting to see if it happens. There's a lot of companies that we know so great that continue to struggle when it comes time for revenue. Right. Twitter, Snapchat, and Zoom, man. I've used it. It's really cool. The problem is,
man, it's so easy. You just hit a link, right? And it's
I just never see paying for it unless they change the entire business model. But if they change the entire business model, you're going to have access to probably something like Google or Facebook Message or something like that catches up. So be wary of that company. There's no reason why a competitor can't swoop in, undercut them when a majority of their clients are paying for free. That seems like Google's domain, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And Gmail, you provided it free, you make money somewhere else. Google would love to have everybody talking on their whether it's Google Duo, Google Meetings, I don't even know what it is.
And, when I was listening to your show this morning, this is a big heads up, folks, okay? When I heard this morning, this is telling me that, hey, guess what, man? This market wants to pull back, but we have a long road out here.
Yeah.
If Google, which is one of the strongest companies in the world, is cutting their marketing budget, it was like 50%, right? It was like
50%.
That's unbelievable, man. I mean,
it makes sense, right? Because especially a company like Google, I mean, they're spending money not on like a conversion basis, right? They don't run an ad and say how many people, today did we make money? It's a constant kind of brand awareness / promoting their brand, all of that above. When you got to cut costs, man, if nobody's buying anything, no one's doing anything, the easiest way to do it is put a pause for half a year. It's not going to crush them. Everybody knows Google. You save all that money and then you resume things in a year. Some of these bigger companies, I don't think you need, especially a company like that. If you're impacted in any way, if you have to get your message out, if you're growing right now and you're impacted, but just in general, maybe you pair some of those commercials and it's not a huge detrimental hit, but guess what? Having that cash, right? Having that cash and cutting those costs, that's so much more important than a little brand promotion from a company that the whole world already knows about, like Google.
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. And then, this was a shocker, folks, okay? So this is pretty amazing that
Okay, I hadn't seen this one either.
Well, you get TD Ameritrade, you have Schwab, you have Interactive Brokers, right? All of these companies, folks, okay, they got more new accounts in March than they ever have in their life. This is like wild, man. I mean, so it's like the retail, you'd think that you would get no accounts, right? Now the cool thing about this is that if people open accounts there, they're going to think that the market's always like this, man. I don't know.
Sure, right.
Now, and I suspect if you got early enough in March, you probably made a lot of money. I mean, some of these people, I suspect, made some money. And that is like really a danger, because if you just start it and think you're King Kong right off the bat, it's like, oh my God. When things flatten out, those traders are going to say, oh, what's going on now? But the number of accounts, folks, that they opened up is astronomical, man. Dow Industrials up 18, Nasdaq up 27, S&P's up 16. Stay right there, Tommy and I come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, JDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 16, Nasdaq's up 24, S&Ps are up 15.5. And I guess this weekend, I think a lot of us across the country will know whether what's going to happen, right? I mean, because in our state, in Florida, the lockdown is until the 30th of it's the 24th. So they got to tell us at some point.
Yeah, I mean, had Trump, I saw headlines that Trump had already just considered or was extending social distancing through May, though. I know Georgia opens today. Good luck to them.
Right.
That's a tough one. I don't know how that social distancing is going to continue, but we'll see those headlines, I'm sure. But yeah, I imagine we're going to try and see things as they continue. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Every day things change occasionally.
Oh, yeah, no, I just think that the states themselves are going to, I mean, our governor, he's going to have to give some kind of deal out here, whether we're going to stay locked down or not stay locked down, right? You know what I mean?
After the beating that the Georgia governor took after basically following Trump's lead,
right.
I love how Trump just throws out his own people to test out what he wants and then blames them for it. So I imagine you might see DeSantis tread lightly with how that played out, as you should,
I agree.
in my opinion.
No, that's yeah. I think we're going out to the 15th of May at least. Well, and then the real question is, even when you open, who's coming back? That's the other side of it, right? Do you know what I mean?
It is.
Who's going to come back?
I mean, I saw an article a couple of days ago about the Hard Rock saying it's going to take a full year, man, to come back.
I heard you yesterday when you were talking about those cards and chips. What are they going to do there, man?
Poker. Yeah. I'm not going to be playing poker live. You know what? They should legalize online poker across the country, folks. Get that one done. How about that? Because it's crazy that you got people going to play cards for no time. It's legal in Nevada.
Hey, listen, man. If you can trade the USO, poker should be legal.
Amen.
Stay right there, folks. Think of some coming up. Thanks, pal.